So, folks, the economy is crumbling. People all across the United States of America are struggling. And so CNN wanted to show us an example of struggling families in the USA that are dealing with rising prices for things such as milk. Let's watch.
As the U.S. experiences lingering high inflation and severe constraints on the supply chain, families are being forced to deal with the consequences in their everyday lives. Evan McMorris Santoro is live for us in New York City right now. Evan, you spoke with one couple about how this new economic reality is affecting how they feed their kids. What did they tell you?
Well, Brianna, that's right. The important thing about this inflation right now is, there's a lot of reasons why it's happening, but the important thing is where it's actually hitting. And it's hitting.
By the way, I love that they've got an advertisement for Joe Manchin on here. Like, that's extremely good stuff.
The cost of shelter, the cost of gasoline, like where I am at this gas station behind me. Gas is up more than $1 since last year. And here in Manhattan, obviously up more than that, but up more than 20 cents from even last month. And the other thing that inflation is affecting right now is food prices. These are things that you have to buy. So I went to Kennedale, Texas to go shopping with a family to talk about what this actually means.
Here we go,
to
folks.
live in America right now.
Here we go.
All right, let's go tackle this.
What does inflation mean for American families? This is the story of the Stotlers Weekly Shop.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
We have 2 biological kids.
First of all, I got to be very honest. Has anyone, and maybe I'm just the antisocial person here. Maybe that's possible. Has anyone ever walked into a grocery store and given someone a high five? Anyone? Because I haven't.
And then my wife and I have a big heart for adoption, so we adopted a sibling group of 2, then 3, then 1, and then we have a kid living with us right now who's kind of in a foster situation.
It feels like money isn't going as far as it used to.
Okay, let's see what we can do. I think probably in June, it was about $1 is worth $1. So now that dollar is worth about 70 cents. All right, now we're moving on to dairy, which is right there. We started seeing everything going up. Grocery prices went up. Gallon of milk was $1.99. Now it's $2.79. Well, when you buy 12 gallons a week, times 4 weeks, that's a lot of money. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, brother.
All right. So Twitter, got extremely, they harped on the 12 gallons of milk. Folks, I got to be honest with you. You know how many gallons of milk you need? 0. All right? Milk is not that healthy for you. Let's be honest here. Right? So, but 12 gallons, I know you got a big family, but it's is everyone having a gallon a day? What the hell is going on with 12 gallons of milk here? It's bizarre. It's strange. It's extremely strange stuff. Per week. But it's also they're probably buying some expensive ass milk too. That's the other thing. It's I go to the store frequently. I know milk is expensive. I don't buy milk, but I know it's a little bit expensive, right? And yes, inflation is a problem. But, my thing is all right, inflation is a problem for things like milk. Maybe switch your eating choices to something that's not getting hit by inflation as much. Huh? Maybe?
Again, this is what they buy every week.
If you want to get any of these that are $1.79, you can pick 5 boxes worth.
Grocery shopping means tough choices right now.
We're not buying the most healthy stuff because prices have gone way up. But I feel kind of guilty sometimes we can't afford the really good things that would be healthier also.
Okay, so P.F. Chang's is the elite. So let's
You mean
look.
elite price or elite quality?
Folks. Now, again, I don't mean to be too rude to these people. I understand they're American citizens. They're a product of their environment. But I want to bring back, I know this is everyone's favorite statistic. Everyone's favorite statistic. And that is nearly all Americans fail to eat enough of this actual superfood, right? Only 5% of people in the U.S. meet the Institute of Medicine's recommended daily target of 25 grams and 38 grams of fiber. Only 5%. 95% of Americans don't eat fiber. What's fiber, you might ask? Oh, that's vegetables. Right, so I just want to say, like, while they're in the frozen food aisle, oh, you want to get some frozen, like, Chinese food? Like, I just want to say, like, again, 95%. Like, have you ever been to the grocery store? You ever see what's in people's grocery carts? Like 75% of the shit that people buy in grocery stores is a waste of fucking money, not nutritional, and it's just addiction. They're drug addicted. I've been there. I've been drug addicted to food before. Then I lost a couple 100 pounds and read a lot of books on nutrition, and now I'm eating a lot better. So I'm just saying, like, okay, you're spending all that money on milk, but what about the PF Changs?
Both.
Okay, so don't.
So, so where are the family size meals?
The Stotlers keep a close eye on their budget, and they shop deals.
This is 20 ounces. How many ounces is that?
You gotta have the ketchup. You gotta have the fucking, like, again, all right, so we're cutting corners, we can't afford the things that we used to. Let's make sure, like, okay, what's, vet broccoli, we don't need that, how about any form of protein that's not from meat or cheese? All right, okay, we don't need that either. Maybe some green beans? Nah. Maybe regular beans? Nah. Ketchup, though. We gotta have ketchup, so.
24, so get that one.
Krista loves a coupon.
Buy this.
We got Cheerios. Like, again, I'm sorry, but again, I have been poor most, if not all of my life. I'm just letting you know, right? And so when I was poor, I wasn't buying ketchup. You want to know why? Because I don't need ketchup. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to have ketchup. You just don't need it. And also, what is this? What is this? What is on this? What is that? What are these items? Is that like barbecue sauce or something? What the fuck is this shit? What is this? Is that the ketchup? What is that?
This and get Rotel and chips free is what it's supposed to be.
But these days, the family grocery list.
Gotta get the muffins, gotta get the cakes. Is that Pop-Tarts? Folks, this is why America is doomed. Velveeta, can't forget Velveeta. Like, again, I don't mean to be too rude to people. I know. People are products of their environment. Most people actually don't think about their lives. Imagine that, right? They don't think about their lives. They wake up every day and they're just automatons. They go like, all right, reach for the ketchup, cook the sausage, put ketchup on the sausage, nom nom, eat high fructose corn syrup bread. Most Americans are fucking stupid. They don't think about what they put in their bodies. And I don't mean to be rude. If you are that kind of person and you don't consider yourself stupid, I understand. I get it. People, we're all products of our environment, but there comes a point where maybe you shouldn't be buying 10 bottles of ketchup, 12 gallons of milk, 7 boxes of Pop-Tarts. Let's be honest here. You don't need 7 boxes of Pop-Tarts. If you're struggling, if you are, quote unquote, a struggling family, you don't need 7 boxes of Pop-Tarts. I'm just letting you know. You don't need that case of muffins. You don't need muffins. You don't need cake. You don't need Velveeta. You don't need high fructose corn syrup bread. Oh, but we got a deal on the Rotel. You don't need Rotel either. Fuck that deal.
They carefully plan to spend, sometimes don't match.
We're at $90 already and we've got a basket and a half left. But God is good.
Look at all those frozen pizzas. God is good. God's giving me that discount on the frozen pizza.
And always provides. So let's see where we'll go.
The math at the grocery store worked out.
Gotta get the honey bunches of oats. You got to. I mean, if you don't have extra sugar with your sugar and then pour some sugar on top of that, I mean, are you really even... Again, I don't mean to be rude here. I have been poor my entire fucking life. I'm telling you this. When I've gone like a week without eating when I was a kid because I didn't have any money for food, right? And when I did have money for food as a young person, and when I did do shopping, right? I wouldn't buy boxes of Pop-Tarts. I wouldn't buy cases of muffins. I would buy soup. I would buy, base ingredients. I would buy things like the fucking ramen noodles. I wouldn't buy 13 frozen pizzas, 9 cases of muffins. So again, if you're going to complain inflation's ruining, we can't make it in this economy. Yet you're buying all these muffins. I mean, I'm sorry. You're dumb. You are dumb. I don't mean to be rude, but this isn't None of this is food. You could cut 80% of this and have the same nutrition. These are drugs. This is legalized and very, 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 like, what's the word? Not enforced, but like a lesser version. Encouraged. This is encouraged drug addiction. You go to the grocery store and there's drugs everywhere. Like, imagine if you're like a pill popper and you go to the grocery store and in the checkout aisle there's like fucking like, you know, like you got, you know, your fucking benzos, you got your all those that, you know, and it's just like, oh, you know, do I need them? That is what grocery stores are. The shelves are lined with drugs. None of this is nutritional. None of this is necessary, but people need their drugs. They need their sugar. They need their chemicals. They need their high fructose corn syrup. If they don't have it, they're, ah! And then they cry about not having any money. Now, again, I think we need to fix everything in this country. From the systems, people do have personal responsibility, though. Unless you want to tell me that all Americans or most Americans are just the automatons I sarcastically mentioned earlier. If that's your argument, all right. Okay. That's your argument, that most Americans are just fucking robots and they don't think. Personally, I think people can be better. I think people should be expected to be better. That's all I'm saying. So if you are poor and you're buying 15 fucking boxes of can we afford the big box of the Honey Bunches? Can we afford it? I don't know. I just think you're stupid.
Okay, so I don't need this. We're going to take that off.
You don't need the cheese sauce. Yeah. That's the first thing that's first on the list. The cheese sauce. The 10 bottles of ketchup. Do I see Oreos? Is that Oreo cereal? Oh my god, they've got multiple kinds of Oreo cereal, folks. They've got the blue box. They got the light blue box. But yeah, that cheese sauce, though. That's a little bit too much.
Awesome, guys. Y'all did great.
Then they had to add in the rest of the week's shopping. That gets delivered.
Oh, the Diet Coke and the milk.
The grand total, $310. How much would you have spent maybe back in March to do the same thing?
So probably we would have only spent probably about $150, $200.
Again, this is the problem with fucking America. I'm telling you. They spent $300 on, and they probably got like maybe $40 worth of actual food. I'm just like, what? What? You spent $300 goddamn dollars on Oreos, muffins, cakes, 9 bottles of ketchup, 3 cases of fucking Velveeta, you know, more cakes, Pop-Tarts. You know, that's not food. I'm sorry, it's not food. It is not fucking food.
Something like that in March, because it was quite a bit less.
The Stotlers are feeling the inflation squeeze to the tune of an extra $100 a week, they say. That's just for groceries. This family may be larger
Are
than
they
many.
really peeling the skins off? So not only are they buying Oreos, Pop-Tarts, ketchup, but they're peeling the skins off of their potatoes. That's how you can tell these motherfuckers don't know anything. They're not eating the potato skins. The skin is the best part. I'm just letting you know. When you crisp that shit up in a fry, I'm coming just thinking about it, right? So, but they're peeling them off, of course.
Let's go through the line by birthdays. Whoever has October birthdays gets to go first.
But they live the same middle-class life as their neighbors. The squeeze is getting tighter, and that means that middle-class life could be changing. If the prices keep rising, the way
like none of this shit. Like, oh, my middle class lifestyle is threatened if I need to have 5 boxes of Pop-Tarts and not 8. Yeah, my way of life. My way of life is under attack. Maybe I'll only be able to afford 7 bottles of ketchup instead of my usual 9.
They've been rising through the next 6 months. What's going to happen to, life in this house?
If it continues, we're just going to have to get more creative and maybe pick up an extra job if we have to.
Oh my god, so they're going to pick up extra job instead of cutting out the fucking 8 boxes of fucking Oreos. I'd rather get another job, spend less time with my family, work for a corporation, right? So that I can afford, maybe I'll get an extra box of Oreos as a treat.
You know, doing food delivery or, you know, something like that to help make up the difference.
You can go down to, you know, beans and rice and still
Yeah.
sustain pretty economically. We don't want to have to do that. You want to, you know, enjoy what you're purchasing, but
Beans and rice. Have you? I don't know if any of these people have ever eaten beans and rice, but maybe give it a shot. Maybe like do a month, do a challenge. The whole family spends 1 month eating beans and rice, and then you save $900. No. You save $1,200, over $1,000. You can save $1,000 just for a month, and then that'll like cushion you for the rest of the year, or what? I guess the year is almost over, but I mean, what?
there's another level you can get to just to make sure you make it through.
So, Brianna, what this story is really about is uncertainty. Government officials and economists all suggest that this inflation rate that we're living through right now is going to come down at some point next year, but they don't know when. And so that means that right now, a trip to the grocery store, you just don't know how much you're going to have to spend. And when you spend as much as the Stotlers do, obviously that affects you pretty directly. But the point of the story is all of us are going to be feeling that squeeze eventually if these prices keep going the way that they're going. Brianna?
Yeah, indeed. And thank you so much to the Stotlers for taking us inside that process. It's so important to see.
I want to read this comment from Royal Lee. Most people shop garbage. Even fast food places are beyond garbage. Yet people used to eat garbage and they can't tell the difference. That's what the system has been doing for decades. Abso-fucking-lutely. I know plenty of poor people. And you know what? A lot of poor people I know shop just as horribly as the family listed here, shown. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, a lot of fucking poor people are also this stupid. Again, I cite this statistic. 95% of Americans do not eat enough vegetables. I'm telling you, America is fucked. We have an entire society where 95% of the motherfuckers running around, they're driving cars, some of them have guns and they walk around town. You know, they don't know how to eat. That's a problem. And if you don't know how to eat, I don't know. I can't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I cannot feel sorry for someone that spends $500 extra that they don't have on Oreos, Pop-Tarts, and ketchup. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for them. They're not a victim. They're just a loser. And again, I'm speaking as a poor person to other poor people. If you are poor and you spend your money on shit fuck, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are addicted to drugs. And I say this as a drug addict. I am a full-on drug addict, absolutely. But at least it's not food that I'm addicted to. I prefer to eat plants. I don't know, man. America's fucked.